So one other thing I wanted to touch on from the last video about morality and society is, you know, sometimes, I don't want anybody to mistake. I'm not for us having man-made laws, or I'm completely against secularity, in and of itself. That would be, preposterous. Um, but what I'm trying to get at is that not only is morality the best route of getting people to govern themselves, to being governing their own passions, their own desires, and therefore having a belief system that is outside of themselves and higher than themselves. So not only was I advocating for that, but also, and I'm not saying you can't get this, because actually this is one of the things that sometimes religious revolutions do, as particular as do secular revolutions, is this attempt to make some sort of like utopian paradise on earth. And that a morality system that's grounded in what human beings really are will actually incorporate a level of both practicality and mercy, meaning that you can go to extreme lengths in trying to make something perfect by instituting some kind of draconian system. We've seen secular regimes do this, and we've seen some religious regimes attempt to do this. One interesting thing about the nature of the human being, as the Quran tells us, and it's around the beginning of the second chapter in the Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, and it's that exchange between God and the angels, between Allah and the Malaika, and they say, أَتَجْعَلُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ Are you going to put this one on the earth who's going to what? Be mischievous, cause chaos, shed blood. Literally, shed blood. Are you going to do that? And we just sing your praises. Maybe this human creation isn't even necessary. And of course, God's response to this, Allah's response to this is, Inni a'lamu ma la ta'lamun. I know what you don't know, which meaning that there isn't going to be any kind of perfect, there isn't going to be any perfect system on earth that is somehow going to do away with corruption in its entirety, with any of the vagaries of the human spirit in its entirety. This is not achievable. What we can do is sort of like try to have a best practices, not only of trying to achieve the highest level of hopefully what people, or at least encouraging people to achieve the highest level of what they might be able to attain in terms of morality and purity of spirit. But inevitably, when those fail, then we also have a system that understands those inevitabilities and then takes them into account in deciding what is going to be the correct form of punishment, or what is going to be the whatever the outcome would be, so that we don't wind up making either like these sort of chimeras, or what really amounts to me is just kind of basically staring at your shadow.